Alola everyone! Well, to make up for not having a Sun and Moon vlog Ultra Legends last week, this one's gonna be another one that covers two episodes in one because they kind of go together. So, the first half is going to be on episode 117, Drawn with the Wind, which shows them going to Malia City, modeled after the Season Johto region, and also having some very nice showy outfits for the occasion and taking part in all the sights and the sounds and indeed the snacks as well. Even though in the dub they changed the takoyaki to breakfast bowls, I'm more weirded out by the fact that they had an Octillery, a making them out hibachi, which also was in the Detective Pikachu movie as well. I mean, to put them in proper context, it'd be like if you had say a combustion roasting chicken or a Miltank grilling hamburgers, that kind of thing. It's weird. Weird. Also weird is what they call the ninjas. Like one of them is the tour guide being Charlie Champa. They don't really call attention to the Chikuwa on his arms and legs, and we'll come back to that in the next part. It's also very windy in the city. He don't know if there's a Pokemon World equivalent of Chicago, but nonetheless, it almost blows off Lily's hat, but it does blow off Mallow's hair deck, which also sends Shaman, Miltan, as well as Sandy on a journey to recover it. And once you know it, it's also crossed the path of Team Rocket, so already hijinks are ensuing. So, after Team Rocket's attempt to sell Special Lasadas to compete with the artillery snacks proves fruitless, they decide to try and abscond with Miltan and Eevee and Shaman, though their boast that Miltan won't be able to eat through the cage proves to be ineffective when Miltan does exactly that. That's mean that and well, Marine ends up poisoning in Sandy. He I also kind of like how the way that they find them and also even though Jessie boasts they won't be able to pounce at her face, it's just Lycanroc does just that, and the skirmish in the side two is actually really entertaining, especially with how Beware gets them away and gets them stuck in a tree with a kite, and after Mallow's hair deck is recovered and everyone reunites, they decide to have some of the artillery snacks, and for their 3 day 2 night stay, they decide to take on the next half in the Cantonian gym, and given how they have island trials instead, so which definitely, and we're going to be addressing that at the next half to be continued right now. We stay in Malia City for the second half with episode 118, aiming for the top floor, in which it's our heroes challenge the Cantonian gym. Charlie Chopper leaves them there, along with the other guides, who, known as Farley and Darley, perhaps a couple of American ninjas from Beverly Hills, and Shirataki, who, oddly enough, does get to keep her name in the original dub. And there are some. It's a multi-tiered challenge, and I'm definitely eager to talk about it for a variety of reasons, even with the changes being made, and I'll definitely address those in a few moments. Yeah. First up is Farley's challenge, wherein in the he everyone has to cross the indoor pond, but they can't swim across it. They can use who's a pair of special water shoes to cross by walking on top of it, or they can use a Pokemon to help with it as well. The latter option ultimately proves successful when in Lily's Alolan Vulpix Snowy freezes as the indoor body of water, which grants them passage to the second floor. Second floor is with the challenge ends with Darlie, where everyone has to eat an entire serving of Moliere City's special dishes to extend the next level. Everyone does so, but given how Mallow and Sophocles want more, they decide to stay behind and be on the top floor or once they're all finished. I think that's actually kind of neat. I also kind of like how all the special dishes, like more of the artillery snacks, more of the, and also things like a Magikarp shaped taiyaki, which is basically a fried sweet filled with the kind of bean paste in real life, and also a gelatin dessert that has a Goldeen decoration side of it. That even though it looks too good to eat, they do so anyway. Right on there. Now we come to who the part where everyone probably is knowing about how it's Shirataki's challenge, which has had a lot of safety changes since that time. I used a shuriken to pin Ash to the wall like a painting, and, and where in the dub at least all the shuriken have been changed to bright pink with suction cups on them, making so they're basically toys. And even though I think one of my associates who's British bought at this, some of the justification kind of odd, like, yes, I know, there was a standard that said it was okay to have real ones in '98, but that's the whole thing about standards. They change over time. He also cited TMNT, but another weird part of that, he is British, and the time he was around would have been called, still calling the show Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because of the stigma against the word ninja at the time. At least. I mean, so. And yes, it did indeed change like the part with Kiao's hair almost getting cut off and almost sticking in Rotom in the process. Yeah. However, based on how bad Lily's marksmanship is, how she completely misses all the targets, I could argue that actually makes the scene funnier. I mean, if she's so bad with just toys as opposed to actual shuriken, and which, yeah, that's basically the argument I'm going to be making. That actually works for the what they're trying to convey here. Plus, it is basically a tourist destination. Like, can you imagine like the liability insurance they would have to take out in a place if they were using real shurikens? And it's definitely an interesting timeline living in. If those are the kinds of observations I'm making about this. So yeah. Okay, so basically everyone but Lily clears a third challenge, and the fourth one before where they reach the top floor is an obstacle course. They also redid like the wrecking ball part of the course to be like a more pink and rubbery, which also arguably makes it funnier, especially when and after Kiawe clears it and Ash does, but Rotom no Meltan eats the chain holding the ball and it bounces all over the place, so kind of more cartoon sound effects. I mean, basically, he broke the challenge, which basically means that only he and Kiawe can challenge the gym boss. As goes up to meet them later. Yeah. Anyway, they reach the top floor and they're introduced to Ryuki, the leader of Cantonian Gym, who, in subconscious Giovanni, does not like being called boss, and is able to make quick work of Kiawe's Hazel and Marowak as well. Now, Ash decides to take a challenge next, though Meltan ends up stepping up to the plate a bit quicker when he actually eats part of Ryuki's costume, and which leads to a double battle in the process. Yeah, you already can tell I'm enjoying talking about these if in case you haven't. Yeah. Alright, so after her her that's with Ash using both Meltdown Rowlet, but Ryuki decides to go for a double battle with his Wireless and his Drud again, and which are both of immune to what have you. So, and they definitely seem to match their train's personality, so to speak. And I actually really like how they approach this. I mean, lots of energy to it, and I also wouldn't mind listening to the rock and roll version of the Rise of the Challenge theme if an isolated version of it ever got released. Used to mean, definitely a lot of energy in this 2 episodes, and against the odds, uh, Ash just managed to win the battle, and a commemorative Ryuki badge. Though Meltan eats that before they head back to Malamale Island, and I gotta say, it's a fun little two-parter in between the other Pixar reviews I've been working on. So and also I think I also might have a date and venue worked out for Halloween Kills soon, but I'm not sure. I also just got my costume ready. The components are just being washed right now. Oh, but I think can't really go celebrate with like a gelato stain on my jeans, man. Anyway, yeah, I'll wait for now. I'll definitely have more vlogs, Pokemon videos in November. Got more assignments to care this week, and I'll see you all soon. And of course, more videos. Alola. Hmm.